Hey, what's up? 6.5 here, and today we're going to be looking at a plugin that, a lot of people, I don't hear a lot of people talk about, a lot of mixing engineers are so to speak about on, well, any forum that sort of way, but I'm going to talk about it. It's not a review per se, but it's just, you know what? Here it is. It's called the Scheps Parallel Particles. It was developed. This is a Waves plugin. It was developed with Waves with Scheps, the person, a world-renowned mixing engineer, multi-Grammy-winning engineer, and yeah, is more about from what I would have read in the manual, a little bit of what I read in the manual, and I think I watched. No, I watched the YouTube that he would have had the YouTube video he would have had, and is about parallel processing and the whole science behind it. And instead of just being a parallel processor, it is more about giving a feel of the audio. All right. Uh, so let's show and tell. All right. This is a rap song that I would have mixed a practice mix. Is I am not affiliated with any the persons that are rapping or whatever. There's a site that you could get multi tracks and stuff. I downloaded it and it just mix because well, I like mixing. So yeah, sharpen your skills as much as possible. Anyhow, let's play.
Switching the scenery, caught out in Beverly. Switching the scenery, cut straight to Beverly. Where all these rings hide insecurities.
Okay, good. With
Switching the scenery, caught out in Beverly. Switching the scenery, cut straight to Beverly. Where all these rings hide insecurities. Bought all these things, oh money be irking me. Starting with silver. Daydreaming about all the lust of the hoe. Rock the same shit on my outfits with clothes. Never look at the bankroll. Floating, puffing out nicotine dust. Smoke screen covered body.
right. So as you see, with just a couple of tweaks, it sounded different. I mixed it dry because normally I would mix as long as I get the mix. My personal preference, I don't really mix in a two bus. I don't depend on it that sort of way. I'm not against it, but I just don't depend on it. I can mix into a limiter or so, but I rather get my mix right and then put on the two bus if needed, that sort of way. And it got pretty old school with the people that would have said, leave 6 dB for the mastering engineer and stuff, because the analog and blah. But anyhow, that's another story for another day. But basically, what I'm saying here, or what I'm proposing, is that you could use this as a mix, a two bus, if you want to. God particles is there. Don't get tired. God particle is wonderful. Wait, this is particle. Interesting parallel particles. Anyhow, but the but this you can use this as a two bus if you want, that sort of way. It really thickened up it really brought air into it. Let me just show you play.
Switching the scenery, caught out in Beverly.
He a little boy to me like we a different size. Better knock down your whole fucking enterprise. Tend to your business, let me attend to mine.
Switching the scenery, cut straight.
All right, like I said, it's just a dry mix, just for experimentation purposes. So it's not like Grammy or winning, that sort of way. It wasn't aiming for that. It just was just practicing. So yeah, when you turn on I was thinking like to go into tonal balance, because it doesn't really change, but then you have to be looking for the change. When you go into tonal balance, let me just get tonal balance. Let me get tonal balance here. Where is tonal balance? Don't take so long, my brother. Don't take so long, my guy. Really, tonal balance? Good. All right. My apologies for that. I should have paused. But I do want takes on OBS. I don't do this in the studio. So actually, if you hear any background noises or so, that's because, well, I just get inspired and turn on my OBS and do a one take. So yeah, I love plugins. I love mixing. Okay, so right. So this is off. This is on play.
He a little boy to me like we a different size. Better knock down your whole fucking enterprise. Tend to your business, let me attend to mine.
Switch.
Okay, I show you this because this is in tonal range, bass heavy tone, and it's in tonal range. But this can, as long as basically, if you are doing a two bus or so, well, if you're mixing into the two bus, obviously you're still going to be looking, click, click, you're still going to be looking at this. And that's for those, actually, for those who don't have a studio or a studio setting or so, this is excellent for checking to see if your tonal balance is your tonal balance is proper. That's another story for another time. I think I will do a video on that. I probably did a couple of videos on that ish or touchy topic. But anyhow, turning on the Scheps parallel particles, it should know, because you're turning up certain processes, excuse me, it should stay in this range. So you have to monitor it. Play.
He a little boy to me like we a different size. Better knock down your whole fucking enterprise. Tend to your business, let me attend to mine.
Switching the scenery, cut straight to Beverly. Where all these rings? Bought all these things, oh money be arguing me.
Okay, I didn't limit the. So I don't even know if I blown out your speakers. If I blown out your speakers, I apologize. Play.
He a little boy to me like we a different size. Better knock down your whole fucking enterprise.
Alrighty, the peaks and the RMS in bad. Okay, it isn't that bad. I didn't turn on. The reason why is actually peaking when I turn this off. Play.
He a little boy to me like we a different size. Better knock down your whole fucking enterprise. Right.
As you can see, the peaks and the peaks and the RMS are pretty low, and they aren't even reaching zero or so. I did that for purpose, obviously, for leaving room. That's just personal. I just leave room for the mixing engineer to have a lot of space to do. I think this is, I don't think this is 32-bit flow. I think this is just 16-bit. I still do 16-bit 44.1. Sometimes I just forget, but I don't unless like the client requests it. I mean, my philosophy is that excellent music was made in the 16-bit. It's just the loudness. If it was peaking all over the place, well, it will be like, yeah, this is garbage. But no, you don't have to peak. Okay, Rooster, right? So that's where you're gonna have the peaking. I could always put on a limiter, and for those who will be like, he's peaking, why is he peaking and going in the red? I could put on the limiter, but I'm not going to. Okay, so this is not a walkthrough or any. Okay, Rooster, this is not it's not a walkthrough. It's just me showing you what this can do, or an alternative to a two bus. If you want that sort of way, if you want to master with it, you can master with it. Just showing you, because a lot of people don't show it, so I just decided to show it. Right, so actually in the case of this, you put on your limiter after this. And okay, so this is the limiter that I use when mastering TDR Tokyo Dawn Records. Where audio not cut limiter 6. Bam. It's gonna load on. I normally cut out these things, but yeah. Today I'm just talking to you, so forgive me if I just have any conversation, Wow. Good. So bum. This isn't really this stuff. This no, I can just use the raw maximizer. Yeah, clipper and everything. Good. Right. So in the special settings or so, to be honest, and this isn't like a mastering session or so. I just showing you that the Scheps really works as a two bus if you want to be as a two bus player.
He a little boy to me like we a different.
And this could be one of the many parts of your two bus, you know. But if you want to use it by itself also, that's up to you, player.
He a little boy to me like we a different size. Better knock down your whole fucking enterprise. Tend to your business, let me attend to mine.
Switching the scenery, cut straight to Beverly. Wear all these rings, bought all these things, oh money be arguing me. Stalling with silver and gold, daydreaming about all the lust of the whole.
Now, as you can hear, two things is that it's cutting out. That is because the Scheps is in demo mode, so it's nothing to do with my sound card or anything. And two, you realize that the low end isn't boom boom pumping that sort of way, or not pumping, but super hip hop lively, right? I'm gonna say that I'm leaving that for mastering. I made sure it's pretty much flattish, and yes, mixes can be different that sort of way, but I chose to do a flat mix with this, a balanced mix with this, and yeah, because different ears will bring different results. As you can see, I pumped the. I don't really want to get too deep into this, you know, but I would have turned on the sub. Yeah, you know what? Just do it. Yes, just do it. Why? Because I really want you to see the context of what's going on. I like the Kirchhoff, so I'm gonna use the Kirchhoff recently used. Tone of balance Scheps Kirchhoff. Okay, now look at the frequency responses.
He a little boy to me like we a different size. Better knock down your whole fucking enterprise. Tend to your business, let me attend to mine.
Switching the scenery, cut straight to Beverly. Wear all these rings, bought all these things, oh money be arguing me.
Here, the low end, pretty thin for a reason. Turn up. I can do that. I mean, I in the mixing stage, so I can do that. I'm hearing let's hear the whole mix.
Wear the same clothes, same just laughing at me, same just begging in my DM. When the nighttime arrive, I hit your BM. All the guys hating and the bitches wanna meet them. Yeah, I'm fucking sick, I need treatment. If you try some hard hitting shit against the kid, hope you got defense. I see no reason.
I was just trying out some things just to show you that even though like this is doing its processing, you know, still in mastering it can do more stuff. And the subs, well, actually it's just yeah. I was just showing you it because like as you can see the subs are up, but the tone of balance. Wait, where do we have the tone of balance? Thank you. In the tone of balance, it is still being quote unquote balanced. So that's what we just want. So as long as you're not overdoing it, you're good to go. This is more because while I'm talking, I'm thinking like, well, you're not really saying a lot about the plugin itself, D. What's going on? But I like to have a conversation with the people who come on this channel, and not just say, well, this is it and blah 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 blah. You know, this is the plugin to use. No, I want to go in depth as to why I would do certain things and to show the different nuances and the different techniques that you could use on a holistic level so that you can understand what you're doing while you're mixing or mastering or producing or whatever, or DJing the case. I wear all of those hats, and I don't just want to say, well, yeah, this is it, bum bum, but when it turn up the thickness and I hear a difference, I would like to explain it to you that sort of way, but I'm not going to get into that today. But this is an underdog plugin, or it's probably gate kept, but it's something that can help your mix get to another level. Uh, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to. This is another song that I would have mixed. Uh, practice mix. It is called right here. So this is going to be a rock song now. Okay, good. And you can see, let me pull this down. It's different. Again, no, this is a rock song, so it's going to look a little different. This doesn't have as much instruments as this. So that's why it would look like this. All right, so put it here. Turn it off. Turn off this and this. Okay, play.
I've been hit first, felt the bullets, pulled the trigger. I'm not a killer. I've been caught by your love to drive by. You knock me out and I can barely breathe. Hit so hard to bleed.
Right, I'm sorry if I burst your eardrums just now. Yes. All right, so you play the song and you see that okay, it's going out to here. Let me see, bass heavy. This would be either pop or rock. I will put rock. All right. So right, so now we gotta do adjusting because it is you don't need all that sub. Mainly bite, ear, and a little bit of thickness for this sort of rock song. So anyhow, when you're monitoring, this is a good monitor. That sort of way you always monitor your lefts also. When you mix in your final two bars or so, but honestly, hot take, I believe that's for mastering. So if you mix in and mastering at the same time, okay, that's for you. But if you mix in, I mean, like the loudness wars is crazy, but it is what it is. And you know, I guess you look for the loudness without distortion, but I believe that the loudness is for the mastering engineer so that when he puts it on, so that when he finishes it, you know, it can play well and translate well on anything, especially on the streaming services. Okay, play.
I've been hit first, felt the bullets, pulled the trigger. I'm not a killer. I've been caught by your love to drive by. You knock me out and I can barely breathe. Hit so hard.
Now, as you can see, I'm not even focusing on this at the moment, but as long as it's in the zones, it's pretty okay. It's still in the zones. Play.
I've been hit first, felt the bullets, pulled the trigger.
All right, you got to fix. So got fixed here, that sort of way. But anyhow, you could hear the difference when I put on the particles from the hip hop. Bam. Play.
Some time away, soul in the furnace, I hibernate.
To the rock song. Play.
In my eyes.
Oops, sorry. But yeah. So this is it. Probably it's gate cat. Probably nobody talks about it enough, but you can use this to make your song sound better. I hope that I would have given you some sort of value on your mixing journey. If I did, and you would like to see more of this stuff, just wait. Hold on. You know, I totally forget about the. Oh wow! I totally forgot about this. Anyhow, if I've added any value to your mixing journey, you know, like subscribe if you want to see anything else, you know, you don't want to miss these sort of tutorials or these sort of videos. Just hit the subscribe button, go to the bell notification and type, I think is all or something like that. And yeah, and we can have more conversations and more mixing tutorials and tips and tricks and stuff like that there. I would like to share with you some stuff that I would have learned over the years. And for those who are beginning and intermediate, you know, you could even learn a little bit more. So, and even those who are experienced that would, you know, take a peek at the at the humble channel, could give little tidbits on things that probably I would have missed and things that they would do, so that at the end of the day, everybody learns. Huh? But yeah, anyhow, that's it. Scheps Parallel Particles is a great plugin that you can add on your tool bus if you want, and as long as you are not in the red here, you're good to go. All right. Anyhow, let me see. Right, there's this. I should do the tutorial. Anyhow, 6.5 out.